Right. Welcome to the Lunch and Learn the webinar, Creating Passive Income. You can create passive income through a course or program, a digital product, if you will. And I'll also drop in some other strategies or how to create passive income otherwise. The idea here is for you to be scalable. Many of you that are watching this live or on the recording are in private practice or have a business model where it's one-to-one, one-to-one, one-to-one. And there is a limited capacity of yours. And so the strategies that I'm going to share with you today will help you to scale. What if you could be at two places at once, making money in both of those places? What if you could wake up and look on your phone and realize you made $10,000 while you were sleeping? How could that be possible? Let's say you had an awesome digital product, a course or program teaching, well, not teaching, but showing somebody how to do something. And it was priced at $997. And you sold 10 of them while you were sleeping. There's your $10,000 while you were sleeping. Now, some of you might be thinking, but that's impossible. Who's going to pay $997 for a program? A lot of people are going to pay for that. The online learning market is estimated to be over $400 billion in the next 5 years. What that means is a lot of people are going online to learn how to do something, to be fast-tracked towards an end goal or an end result. So people are going to come to you to overcome an obstacle, alleviate some pain in their life, or achieve a dream. And your passive income that I'm going to recommend for you meets them there, right? So there's passive income that we could create by having a rental property. This isn't that webinar. There's passive income of multi-level marketing. That's also not this webinar. This webinar is how you in a private practice can scale or create passive income streams in addition to your private practice one-on-one revenue. So here we go. I gave you the idea right there. What if you had a course or a program that you sold? Now, here's what's great about a digital course or program. Most likely, it is made up of information you're already giving away for free, right? Think about your private practice, just an average week. You're probably repeating yourself saying something over and over and over, right? Wouldn't it be nice if you could just record it one more time? And the next time you needed to share that information or those how-to steps with a patient, you could just say, hey, listen, instead of taking up time today, right here in this practice, I'm going to send you a video. You can watch it tonight or in between our sessions and then come in next week. And now you just saved yourself 5 to 10 minutes telling that patient and the other 5 or 10 patients in the week that you would have to repeat that information. That information could also be very valuable to people that aren't seeing you in person, but they'd be willing to pay for that information, right, online. So you could create videos of you sharing that information. You could give it to your patients, add value to your sessions, and then also offer that online as a digital program. So what if, let's say, let me give you an example. Here is a passive income example. If you have a product that you sell, okay, first of all, let's back up. If you use products in your business, in your practice, in delivering your services, aromatherapy, gemstones, ear seeds, whatever it is, if you're using them on your patients, then have those things for sale at the waiting area, reception desk, or when the people leave. Like have it available for them to buy because they're going to love the experience and they want to keep that experience going. So they want to be able to buy it from you. So an additional revenue stream that is passive, I'll get into that while I'm giving you guys air quotes on the passive, is selling products in your practice or business. Okay. If you have a service business, you're offering products. You can get full script and start offering, supplements or herbs to your patients instead of sending them to CVS, Whole Foods, or Costco for those things. You yourself could be offering delivering those supplements or herbs to your patients. You don't even have to have them on your shelf and have them stocked. you could use a service like FullScript and do a prescription and have it drop ship to the patient. The patient continues to reorder those supplements and you receive a commission on that. Okay. So that's a passive income stream right there. Is any product that you're selling, offer it for sale. For years, I used aromatherapy, and I had people tell me that they loved my aromatherapy. Could I buy it from them? And so it created an entire revenue stream of a product business. I created an aromatherapy product business that was not so passive, because it was additional revenue source. So since I just said it twice, let's do this. There's no such things as passive income, my friends. Residual income is absolutely possible, and it's exciting and it's awesome, right? Because you're scaling and you can have bigger impact on the world. You're making more money. Why do I say residual and not passive? Because you're going to have to do something up front to create like a money-making system machine. And you're going to have to keep servicing that machine. And I'll tell you what that means in order for that money to keep coming in. So it's not passive. It's not like it just rains from the sky. You have to set something up. There's going to be a little bit of upfront work. Okay, so going back to the example of creating a course or a program, or recording yourself saying something that you are repeating on the regular in your practice. I had a client and she sold, back to the products, she did Pilates and she did acupuncture, and she had these Pilates foam rollers and she sold them. She paid $20 for them and she sold them for $50. So she made $30 on those foam rollers. But she spent lots of time in her week explaining. When somebody would buy the foam roller for $50, she would spend 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes explaining how to use the foam roller. And so she almost didn't want to sell the foam roller anymore because it used up so many minutes of her practice time during a week. So what I recommended, and she ended up doing this, she spent a weekend, like 2 hours. She had her boyfriend hold up an iPhone and record her using that foam roller in every which way. That was the video that went with the foam roller. So then that following week, she had that video and she sold not just a foam roller, she sold the foam roller system for $97. And the foam roller system came with the foam roller and the videos showing you how to use the foam roller that you could download from Google Drive and have forever. And that was $97. So look at the win-win here. She no longer had to repeat herself showing how to use the foam roller in all the many ways. She saved 10, 20 minutes per patient. So if that's 5 patients, that could be 50 minutes. That's almost 2 or 3 treatment hours freed up. And she went from selling it from $50 to $97. Instead of making $30 every foam roller, she now makes $77 every foam roller. Perfect example. Okay. So that right there could be a perfect revenue stream for you. Is whatever you're repeating, record it, add it to a product, and now bundle it into a program or a system, and then you could sell that. Okay. So while you're at it, there is probably information that you're just giving away for free, right? People are calling you saying, I want to pick your brain. Can you give me some advice? And you're doling it out, and that's okay. That shows that you have a passion for it. You want to give it. But what I want to propose to you is that you could actually monetize on that, right? So here's a quick booby trap that a lot of people fall into. They'll say things like, oh, but I'm not an expert, or I don't have a degree in that, or who am I to offer that information? Let me tell you, I personally have done at least 10 marathons. Okay. I have coached several people through marathons, at least 10 people. So I've done 10 marathons and I've coached at least 10 people through a marathon. I don't have a PhD in physiology, but I have successfully coached 10 people through marathons. I've done a number of them myself. If I had a run your first marathon program for $97, would you buy it? Do I need to have a PhD in it? No, I have to have a passion for it, especially if I'm enthusiastic. You might really resonate with that. But it's just that I have experience, I have knowledge, and I want to share it with you. And so don't let yourself stop creating a course or a program because you don't have a PhD or special certification in it. All you need is experience. And what you're going to offer people is to fast track them in that experience. right? In your private practice, your patients could go to medical school, whatever medical school you went to, and learn what you learned, but it would take them 5, 7, in some cases 20 years to know everything you know. Instead, they're coming to you and you're fast tracking them in their health and wellness. You're telling them, do this, go there. And they don't have to go to medical school or learn what you've learned, right? So the same thing comes in an online course or program. Here's another case study. This is a true story. There was a woman in the Midwest and she ran daycares from her home. She made about 89, sometimes $90,000 a year running a home daycare. She did that for 15 years. And she found over the last 5 years, a lot of people were calling to pick her brain. Hey, I want to open up a daycare. Can you tell me what I need to do, how I need to do it? And she was just doling out that information. Oh, make sure you get this checklist, get this approval from the city, all this stuff, right? Here's some recipes for toddlers. She was just giving it away. And her husband said, gosh, what if you could create a business of that? Like you can create a program and you could teach people how to do that. I don't know. Could I? So she sat down and she hired a coach to do this. And she sat down and she said, okay, if I was going to teach somebody everything they need to know to open up a home daycare, this is what it would be. So she outlined that all out. And then she did create a couple of downloads for that. And then she recorded herself giving those instructions. And that started her very first program. She charged $299 for those digital videos with some downloads of how to open up your own daycare. Would you spend $299 to get the how-to direct fast track on how to open up a daycare where I can make $90,000? See that investment? $299 to make $90,000? Absolutely. Well, she delivered that program a few times and realized a lot of people want one-on-ones with me to ask me special questions. So I'm going to create the program and say you can buy the $299 without any one-on-ones, or you can have like 5 one-on-ones, and that program is $1,500. And then she started selling that and people were buying that. So she just continued to what I call wash, rinse, and repeat that program. She delivered the program. She got feedback on how she can make it better. She made it better, and she delivered a better version of the program, raised the price, and just kept doing that. And after about 2 years of running that program, she made $2.3 million running that program. 2.3. She went from $80,000, $90,000 a year to $2.3 million a year. What she did is she created a structure that she could become scalable. Instead of her telling individual people how to start a daycare, she did it one more time, recorded it, and then she could shoot that out to a number of people. But then how did she service all those people? Well, some of it was one-on-one, but then she could service that program and those people in the program with their questions in a group setting. And that's actually more powerful. Research has shown that people get better results if they do personal development or work on a program in a group than if it's just one-on-one. So it's actually advantageous to people that buy your program to have maybe a group coaching call from you. So let's talk about that. I have $18,000. How would you like to make $18,000? Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, here is a perfect way that you can make an extra $18,000 almost effortlessly. There is something that I'm pretty sure your patients love to come to you, and maybe they don't need to come see you in your practice, but they just want to ask you health questions. So what if you created this, it's a coaching membership, and for $50 a month, you show up twice a month on a Zoom call and you answer any health question that anybody might have, okay, or any question that's within your scope and your expertise and your knowledge. So it's $50 to pop in at that, okay? So they come in and you charge $50 and you get 10 people, okay? So it's $50 to come to this coaching call. It's only $50 and you have 10 people. And in that coaching call, those 10 people get your advice, and then you say, these supplements would be really good for you. And in fact, I can set you up on FullScript to get you those supplements, and let's get those ordered. Now, supplements for like a month usually are about $150. So let's say you have 10 people and they all buy about $150 worth of supplements. Okay. And you're doing this, I have this written down, but we can do the math on it, right? So that's $150 that you're making on the supplements. Let me get my calculator out. Okay. They're usually going to buy those supplements for 12 months, right? That's 10 people needing their supplements. So about 12 months of supplements, that's $150. And we times that by 12 and by 10. 10 people, $150. That's $1,500 times 12. That's how we get the $18,000. So let me summarize. That is a super easy strategy that I just gave to a client of mine who has some hurt body parts and can no longer really be in private practice, but still has a lot of patients emailing questions. So now he's going to offer a $50 health coaching membership. For $50, you can come to the health coaching calls. It's group, it's Zoom. And he recommends supplements. And he has right now about 10 people that come to those calls. All 10 of those people are buying their supplements. Those supplements are about $150. So $150 times 10 is and then you times that by 12 months. That's an extra $18,000 a month just there alone. Okay. That's for supplements. That's a model of doing like a very easy membership and supplements. But I want to get to the juicy one, and that's $100,000. Okay. I want to show you how easy it would be to make an extra $100,000 while you sleep. You're still doing your private practice. Maybe not. Maybe 100,000 is all you need, and you digitize your life, called a laptop lifestyle, and you put some programs up for sale. You continue to market them to people. They buy them, and you're making $100,000 living somewhere else in the world. It's up to you. But let me just show you how easy the math would be on making $100,000 extra. Okay. This is from a course or program. So you create, like I gave you the example of the woman who did the daycare, right? So she created, you could have a overcome fibromyalgia program. You could have for enhance your fertility program, look and feel younger, peak performance, eliminate migraines, mental health, women's health, whatever your program is, right? The program isn't coaching, downloads, or anything. It's the outcome, right? Join my program, and the outcome is you'll no longer have migraines. You'll sleep better than you ever have. Whatever it is the end result, right? You'll run a marathon. That's my program. Okay. So you create your program, and depending on the price point, this is how many of those programs you need to sell yearly, monthly, and weekly in order to meet that goal. Let's work big. Okay. Let's say you put in the time. Remember, it's not passive income. You put in the time to create a program. The program is $1,500. All you need is to enroll one person a week in that program consistently. In 1 year, you will have made an extra $100,000. So what kind of program could you create that would be worth $1,500 to somebody, right? So you're going to have to add some value to the program. You're going to have to give them some secrets and some tools and some tips. Maybe you have to support it with weekly coaching calls for the group, maybe some one-on-ones. That's up to you to design the program. I just want to show you the numbers of it, okay? Oh, East, I don't know, 1,500 seems like a lot for a program. Okay, you can go down to $997. Now you just need to sell 2 of those programs in a week in order to make that extra $100,000. Even if we go down to something small like $49, Starbucks is almost more than $49 these days, right? So people don't balk at $49 for a program, right? Lose weight in 7 days, $49 program. All you need to do is get 43 people to buy that program in a week and consistently, and then over a year, you're going to make it $100,000. Well, how would I do that? I have an email list of 500, and I only have like 100 patients that I see regularly. Well, when you create an online course or program, more people have access to you. You have more impact. you're more scalable. So here it goes. You start sending out emails that say, hi, it's Dr. Reese. If you or anybody you know would like to lose weight in 7 days, I have this awesome weight loss challenge. It's only $49. And in the challenge, you're going to get 5 videos of me giving you my secrets and telling you what supplements you need to buy to lose weight in 7 days. If you or anybody you know want to lose weight, click here and buy my program now. That right there took your list of 500 or 100 patients and tripled, if not quadrupled it, because those people might say, I'm in and I'm going to send this to my 3 best friends. Okay. So that's how it starts to scale. And this is how you can be in more than one place at a time and how you can wake up and have made money overnight. Right. So think about, I know that you have information that you want to share with the world, and there's no reason why you can't charge for that. There's no reason why you can't hold webinars like the one I'm giving now, which is giving you some free advice that's around that program. They call it a splinter. It's like a sample. You go to Costco, you don't know you're going to go home with fettuccine until you have that sample, and you're like, oh, it's so good. So perhaps part of your money-making system includes regular online webinars where you share some of the really good points from the program, and then you offer and you enroll people, hey, if you like what you've heard, join the program and get much, much more, right? All of that is possible. And guess what? All of that is in my program. I have been teaching people how to create online courses and programs over a decade. I was an educator for the Pacific College of Health and Sciences since 2004, and today is 2023. So you can start to do the math, almost 20 years an educator. I have made classes upon classes upon classes, and I have digitized mine and countless other people's programs, courses, digitize them, put them online so more people could have access to them and that information in that special sauce, right? And so you can do it too. In my program, because I have delivered it, I delivered it live so many times that I made the commitment to do it one more time and record myself doing it, and then have a digitized, self-paced version of it, right? So I have 2 options. You can buy the self-paced, it's $297. And for $297, I literally spend hours upon hours. I think it's almost over 6 hours of coaching, giving you the exact steps from conception to launch, to relaunch, to wash, rinse, repeat, taking your information, creating a course, online course or program or digital product, and offering it to the world and making money off of it. That's $297 self-paced. If you want coaching, because like you're going to go through the videos and go, oh God, just show me how to do it. Okay. I have an upgraded version of that for $750. You can come to my group coaching calls where there's a small handful of people creating courses or programs, and we work through them in the 2 hours together, and we get them launched, and we cover different resources and strategies and removing different obstacles. And as I'm working with one person, it benefits the many. It's very small. I've never had more than 10 people in that small group. If you purchase that digital program, okay, if you buy the digital program for $297 for the next 48 hours, I will give you the upgraded version for free, meaning you get 6 months of me coaching you through your course and program for $297. That deal is off the table in 48 hours. So just letting you know. I'm also demonstrating what you will need to do when you're out there offering and sharing your course or program. This is a 1-hour webinar, and before the 30-minute mark is when you make your offer. You invite somebody to purchase, to engage with your program that you're selling. I'm trying to do all of this very intentionally, very on purpose, to show you how it's done. This is not my system. This is the system that has worked for anybody out there. I don't care who it is. You tell me a thought leader, and this is how it started for them. You give me a person who wrote a book. I've had clients come to me and say, I want to write a book because I want to make millions of dollars. You won't make millions from the book. You'll make millions from the program that supports the book, because most people read the book and they still want access to you, the person that wrote the book, and they want you to tell them specifically what they need to do in their specific situation. So on the screen, I still have how easy it is. These prices are very doable. There is also a price I'm going to put right here, $10,000. Okay, what if you had a $10,000 program? How many of those do you need to sell in a year? That's easy, 10. You don't even need to sell one a month. You can skip a couple months, okay? But let's put one a month. Now you just made 120,000, okay? If you had a $10,000 program, which you easily could, you need to enroll 10 people in that in a year. Let me give you an example of a $10,000 program. This is a true story. A good friend of mine bought a $10,000 coaching program, and I've been doing a lot of coaching. This was a few years back. And so even more so, this was like 4 years ago that she spent $10,000 on this program. So of course I said, I'm so curious what $10,000 gets you. Can I see your download? And she's like, what do you mean download? I said, well, you spent $10,000 on the program, right? Like you must have gotten like workbooks and free things and downloads and hats and cups. And she's like, we got nothing. What are you talking about? I said, you spent $10,000 on your program. So how did that program go? She said, for $10,000, the coach, there were 20 of us in the room on Zoom. And she said, get a notebook and take notes because I got a lot to share with you. And that's it. So she sat on 8 Zoom calls. Each Zoom call was 2 hours. And she read from her notes, told them to take notes. And at the end of the 8 weeks, she said, bye. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll have a couple of follow-up Zooms in the next 6 months. But otherwise, peace out. 20 people times 10,000, you do the math. And I asked my friend, oh my gosh, so you didn't get a download, you didn't get a workbook, you didn't get anything. I got nothing, East. I said, was it worth it? She's like, it was worth every penny. She gave us such good information. She was so motivational. I have notes upon notes upon notes, and I loved the program. She added some value by having she had a party at her house, and anybody that went through the program could go to her house in Utah and spend a day with her and her family. Okay, you can add little value to these things, but I want you to know that a $10,000 program is just as possible as a $49 program. And I'll tell you this, in many cases, it's the same amount of work. It's the same amount of work for you to create a $49 program as it is the $10,000 program. So you choose, but your price is dependent on 2 factors that, in my experience, the outcome. What is the outcome worth somebody? Is somebody willing to spend $250 to eliminate migraines? Heck yes. Is somebody willing to spend $1,500 to improve their chances of conceiving? Heck yes, right? That's factor number 1. Factor number 2 is some sort of weird resonance that we have. We, the people giving the gift or delivering the program. We have like a regulator. And so it feels weird to us if the price is too high, and then it feels crappy to us if it's too low. So we have to find the sweet spot. My coach that I spent tens of thousands of dollars learning a lot of this stuff. I mean, I didn't have just one coach. I had her, I did the ClickFunnels training, spent $2,000 on that, Russell Brunson, all of his crew. And they all kind of say the same thing, right? So it's not me saying this, but my coach said she has a coaching program. Her signature one is $2,200. She has a bigger one that's $5,000. So I'm also illustrating to you, if you have a program, maybe have another program that's more expensive, it makes that initial program seem less expensive, right? Now I have something to compare to. When I just lead with $2,200, you might go like, that's too much money. But I say, I have another one for $5,000. Oh, tell me about the $2,200 one. Okay, back to $2,200. She would sell the $2,200 one all day, every day. So she tried different prices. She reduced the price, $1,500, same program, less sales. That's weird. She brought it back to $2,200. Sales went up. She went up 2,500. Same program, increased the price, sales went down. Weird. When she raised the price or lowered the price, it didn't sell. So there's a resonance. There's something about like this matching of energies between a certain price point and what's in the program and what you're delivering. And so you might have to find that. When you create your online course or program, you may have to find that, okay? You might have to decide which one is that, what price is it? But I wouldn't even get hung up on the prices or on any of it, the structure, the digital, like even making it digital. A lot of people get hung up on the technology. Don't get hung up on the technology. Use your phone. If you want, in my program, in the program that I created called, I will send links to this. It's on my website, dreast.com. And if you go to courses and programs on demand, you'll see my create an online course or program. It's $297. Again, if you buy it in the next 48 hours, I will automatically upgrade you to the $750 program that is also on my website underneath programs, underneath masterminds, create an online course program. I'll upgrade you for free. You'll get the $750 version for $297 next 48 hours. So I got a little lost of where I was going with that. But the point is, don't get hung up on technology. In my program, I share a story of a company called My Baby Can Sleep. You can check them out, mybabycansleep.com. When they first launched that program, it was like $197, and they recorded the whole thing with an iPhone. True story. It wasn't perfect. In fact, in some of the early videos, the mom of 6 children, see, no PhDs in child rearing, but they had 6 kids that all slept through the night. You had me there, right? I'm going to buy you know how to do it. You've had 6 kids to learn. In some of the videos, she's breastfeeding a child as she's sharing her information. And they started off doing My Baby Can Sleep for $197. It's in my program. And then it got better and better. And then that program got more functionality and more information in it. They raised the price to $297. And then a lot of those clients had infants and toddlers, and they're having issues with discipline. So then they created a program called Disciplining Your Toddler. But they worked the first program a lot before they started the second program. This is something I talk a lot about in my coaching and in my program. Your success, whether it's in your practice, in your business, or on this creating a passive income stream through an online course or program, is 80% your mindset, 20% aligned action. So it's very important that you work on your mindset, your belief systems, and that's all covered in there. But keep that in mind, okay? They didn't wait for things to be perfect. They didn't wait to get money to have big studios. They just went for it. They just recorded themselves, sharing the information, got it out there. In my course, the digital one, and then with the upgraded coaching, I will share with you that I make it super easy. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't need high-tech platforms. It can be bootstrappy and shoelacy, and it can be very low cost to initially share your program out into the world digitally. I show you all those things. It doesn't matter where you are in the process of creating an online course or program, what I call a digital product or digital goal. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you already have the outline. I had a client this morning who's had an outline for 5 years, my friend. She's had the same outline for 5 years, and it's nothing more than an outline. And she finally called me and hired me and said, you know what? Help me get this through, because I've had the outline and I know what I need to do, but I just need you to remind me, reorganize it a little bit, and just tell me exactly, do this, do this, do this. So that's what I did. In 1 hour, I sat with her. We reorganized her material, her outline. And then I said, this is video 1, this is video 2, this is module 1, this is video 2. I outlined that on the call with her and I gave it back. That's the kind of stuff you get in the live coaching that I'll give you. And she will finally get that course out. So it doesn't matter where you are in the program. You could be, I don't have any idea. I'll get the idea out of you. I had a client in my program who had 3 ideas And so we were able to help her narrow it down to one. I had another girl who was like not sure what the program would look like. And it just felt so overwhelming because she realized she had so much content. She actually had 3 programs she was trying to deliver at once. So we broke it into smaller programs that would fit within an umbrella of a master program, right? So you can start, if you have a big, huge beast of a program, maybe you have 3 smaller programs. Then you start and you do the mini program, the mini program, the mini program, and then eventually it's the entire program. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And so that's how I would help coach you through creating, launching, successfully monetizing on your course or program. Okay. It's the same thing, a course or a program, but people like programs. And I like the name program because courses sound like you're going to teach me something, and I don't want you to teach me or educate me on history and why, and I might not want that. What I want is specific how-to steps. And what's important, and you'll see this in my program, and I coach this, that your course or program, 7 steps or less, or else you have multiple programs. And if you can make an acronym out of it, even better, because then it's so easy for you to remember the steps and to give those steps. So these are my 6 steps to create an online course or program. Okay, 6 easy steps. It's called Who Do. Who do? And I often say, who knew it can be so easy? WHODEW. Who do? Who do you want to serve? Who do you want to help? What do you want to help them with? That's all the W's. The what, the who, the why you're even doing it. Okay. How do you want to deliver your course or program? Do you want to do it digitally? Do you want to do it live? Do you want to do it live and record yourself and then make that digital? Do you want to do it on a workshop? How? Okay. Organize your material and get an outline. I go over that. I am the Marie Kondo of courses and programs. I will help you organize and outline your program so it's super easy. All you have to do is show up, talk, and leave. D, you got to deliver that sucker, right? Put the pencil down. Stop trying to make it perfect. Deliver, develop as well. Okay. The D is develop, deliver. So you might, as you're developing, meet with some people and share some of the content, make sure that it's landing well, that people understand. Okay. So let's say the D is more like, let's develop that program. Let's create some PowerPoints, maybe not. Create the structure, create some Zoom links so people can meet me on Zoom, create a price for it, maybe come up with a marketing plan, which is all covered in my program. Enroll. You can consider the E in who do, enroll, which means sell your program. But I like the way of like, I'm going to enroll you in my program, right? I'm going to invite you to look at my program. And the W, I've already said it, wash, rinse, and repeat. When you get down to the W of who do, you go back up here and you solidify the what, the who, the why. You know, what do these people need? And is my program covering it? Do I need to add more things to the program to really satisfy the what and the who? What are their biggest pains? And maybe I find out a new program from that. How do I want to deliver it? Well, I've been doing it live. I don't want to do it live anymore. So I'm going to record myself one more time and I'm only going to offer it digital. Or I'm going to offer it digital with coaching support. Or I'm going to offer it in a 2-day workshop. That's what I'm going to do. That's all here. And that's all part of that wash, rinse, repeat cycle. The organize and outline is the O. D, develop and deliver the program, enroll people in it, and wash, rinse, and repeat, my friends. 6 steps, easy, doesn't have to be high tech, doesn't have to be expensive. And I would say one of my superpowers is making it easy for you, is giving you MIE, motivation, inspiration, encouragement, and getting accountability. I will get you across that finish line because otherwise I'm not doing my work. I'm not doing my job because I am committed to you getting your gifts and information out into the world. I cannot care more about you than you care about yourself. But what I can do is get your mindset right, that 80% of your success, so that you finally get off your BUTT and do it. All right. So my friends, thank you so much for those of you that have come live and been with me this whole time. And those of you that are watching the recording, thank you for watching and for engaging with me. This is a passion of mine. It absolutely is. I hope you can feel that. I want to show you where you can find these programs, and I'll put them into the chat. But if you go to the create an online, it's under master classes, create an online course or program, you will see that it's 700. Well, if you click your ticket, it's $750. Okay. If you buy the other one that I'm going to show you in a second, it's only $297 and you will get it. So you're going to get that coaching. So I'm going to put that into the chat. And this over here, on-demand courses, is the one I'm referring to. So you go here, creating an online course. Here's that Who-Do. It's all there. Tons of resources for you, everything you need. This one is only $297, and I will upgrade you automatically for free to the coaching one. 48 hours this offer is good for. So the offer will go away on 48 hours from now. It is Wednesday. So I'm going to carry this offer through to Sunday. This offer is good until Sunday, October 8th. And if you're listening to this recording and you're like, oh, I missed it, send me an email. Maybe I can work with you. Maybe I can extend the offer for you because you watched the whole video. I'm here for you. You don't have to do this alone. It doesn't have to be hard. And while you're out there holding the space for the many, I am here holding the space for you. And I mean that. So it's either the course or program. If you want, you can also, I do one-on-one coaching that is also on my website under coaching, one-on-one time. I have that. And if it's a practice issue that you have, I have an amazing program called Love Your Practice Program. Comes with hours of pre-recorded modules and twice a month, if not more, group coaching. And for that one, if you type in Summit, SUMMIT, at the checkout for the practice and business coaching program, you'll get 30% off until October 8th. All right. I can't give you many more deals than that. Those are the best deals. Again, thank you so much for those of you that came live. Thank you so much for those of you who are listening. Stay tuned. I'll have more Lunch and Learns and more gifts that I'll be sharing with you in the near future. Bye for now.